Welcome, Canada, to this edition of Canada Games TV Today. I'm Philippe Baudry, standing here at the CN Centre where men's hockey are going to be playing for gold. But our first story today is about a special group of people that each province has, and they're called the mission staff. Our reporter, Robin Batchelor, got to meet them to see what they're all about.
I'm a games junkie. I love it. I love it. Even if I lose my voice or get sick or whatever, it's totally worth it.
For 7 Canada Games, Carolyn Boomer has been a member of the mission staff for Team BC.
Oh, Boomer is such a ray of sunshine on our team. She's amazing. She has so much experience in mission staff for Team BC.
Assigned to the biathlon team, she does everything she can to eliminate distractions for her athletes.
You know, if there's logistical problems or anything, we try and keep all those distractions away, you know, from the athletes so they don't really know what's going on.
And if you need anything, you're just like, Boomer! Boomer's like, I'm on it, I'm on it.
They can come to me if there's issues or they're feeling low or they're feeling great, or just to really celebrate with them, whatever placing they have. You are a sweetheart, and I always remember how special you are, okay? So put that
Whether it's organizing transport, room and board, or leading the cheer section,
yeah!
Boomer's got you covered.
If there's anything that needs to be done, they're the ones that know, and they're the ones that are going to make sure that everything is done and there's no headache for me at all. And so I can just focus on my sport and what I came here to do.
What makes mission staffers like Boomer so remarkable is that they do all of this as volunteers for the love of the games.
It's not something tangible. It's not something that we can put in our pocket and take away, but I think it's that feeling. There's a sense of accomplishment.
Well, it's kind of, it's really impactful for me, all those little special moments, sometimes with the parents, you know, that's kind of takeaways.
But more than a love of the games, they do it for the athletes.
Whether they're, you know, golden on the podium like Team BC is today, or just there's so many different things. The mission staff.
Boomer has really been a great role model for people like myself and others on our team.
It's just, it's just an amazing experience to, this is the Olympic Games for a lot of these athletes.
Robin Batchelor for Canada Games TV Today.
Bringing back the gold medal for these Canada Games athletes is not about all the hours of training they've done back home, but it's also about being ready on game day. And our reporter, Justin Kwan, got some insight for you.
The Canada Games can be a physical grind for many athletes, but an often forgot aspect is the mental stress young competitors face in a brand new pressure-filled experience. That's why Team Alberta has brought along mental performance consultants to help guide their athletes, such as the wheelchair basketball team, through the ups and downs of the games.
Canada Games is so unique because it's a multi-sport games, and most of them have never been to a multi-sport games before. And essentially we look at it as a mini Olympics, and for some of them it will be a stepping stone moving on, but it brings new challenges.
These challenges can lead to a decrease in performance. Hing believes that keeping the athletes even-keeled is important to achieving their goals.
Everyone has a certain potential, and there are different barriers that get in the way of that potential, whether that's anxiety, disordered eating, unclear goals, anything like that. And I look at our job as, you know, weeding them through those obstacles so that they have the potential to get to the top of where they need to be.
The reception from athletes and coaches to the extra support has been positive.
I think anytime an athlete or a coach or a team itself can take advantage of sports psych, I think they should embrace that opportunity, because there's such an advantage to it out there. I think it takes a certain person to deal with all the different personalities that come on a team and all the different stresses, and just having that opportunity through sports psych has made us not only a better team but a stronger team for the future.
Lane's been huge for us, making sure that we come in at like the right arousal level, like in between that 5 range, and making sure we can play our optimal game, and just making sure that we're not too jacked up for a game, or we're not like rolling out of bed before it, so we can play at our best level.
Speaking to athletes throughout the Canada Winter Games, they've definitely noticed the benefit of sports psychology, and it appears that it's only continuing to grow among Canadian sports. Justin Kwan for Canada Games TV Today.
After the break, stay tuned for a little bit of figure skating.
There is an ancient rhythm that flows through all things, through rocky spires and oceans swell, the endless stillness of green. And in the restless depths of human hearts, the voice of the wild within.
So we're down here in the Canada Games Plaza. We've heard about a man named Mr. PG, and we're gonna see if we can try and meet him.
Absolutely, Zach. The locals talk a lot about this guy. We really want to get an interview with him. So we're gonna go talk to some locals and see what this Mr. PG is really all about.
Mr. PG is the symbol of Prince George. Ever since I was a little girl, I was born in the city, he's always been there.
I see him about like a couple times a week, because when I go to daycare, we have to pass him.
Well, he's kind of rough on the outside, but over the years he's been smoothed out an awful lot, as maybe a lot of the original males that lived in this area are. And he's still here with us 55 years later, so it shows me that he's a solid, dependable symbol of the city.
He represents the logging and the industry of logging and all the mills in Prince George and everything that is wood-based in Prince George, which is 95% Prince George.
Mr. PG was designed to really represent Prince George at a provincial function, and my mother-in-law actually was the one who was instrumental in creating Mr. PG.
It's got 2 log legs and a log stem and a big round log head, and then his arms come out and they're all made of logs.
Well, Mr. PG looks a little bit like an enlarged stick man. So if you envision a stick man, he's got a little bigger body, he's got bigger legs, a little bigger head than a stick man, and bigger arms. That's Mr. PG.
Well, here he is, Mr. PG himself. Turns out he's actually not a person at all. He's a stick man.
Yeah, and you know, even though we didn't get that interview, from what we've heard, he is a great symbol of what makes Prince George so amazing.
Ontario is a hotbed for hockey in the whole nation, and Bo Horvat, legend in the making, is inspiring the team this year. Our reporter, Tyson Fedor, has the details for you.
Ontario has always been considered the main pipeline for up-and-coming hockey players within Canada. At the 2015 Canada Games, the men's team looked to improve on their finish from 4 years ago. That team was led by former London Knight and current Vancouver Canuck Bo Horvat, who says the Winter Games was an experience he will never forget.
That was probably one of my funnest tournaments I've ever been in. Yeah, besides the World Juniors, I think that was amazing, and yeah, just being around all the athletes, because we were staying basically in the same hotel as everybody. It was awesome. It was like a little mini Winter Olympics.
Horvat has exceeded expectations of many in his first professional season with the Canucks, but says whenever the chance to play for your home province or your nation, you shouldn't take it for granted.
Yeah, anytime you get to represent like any your province or even Canada, it's an honor. For me to be able to represent Ontario at that age is pretty special.
Team Ontario have started the Winter Games on the right foot, but know they can draw from the past experiences of how to become even better.
They're all great players. They grow up to be like awesome, and they're still representing the country at the next level. So I mean, yeah, I look up to them.
It's truly an honor to be selected for this team and playing for your province, and just go and give it your all, and hopefully we come out with a good result.
We do focus a little bit on past teams and certainly their performances, and there's a lot of pressure on these young boys, and especially Ontario, because we're kind of the Canada, the Olympics or the World Juniors, where everybody wants to beat us. So we certainly have to be at our best.
Bo's NHL dreams have already come true, and these young players hope to follow in his footsteps. Tyson Fedor for Canada Games TV today.
Now we have a pair from Team BC who have only been together since April. Will they be able to showcase their emotions to the judges? Victoria Levy has more.
Like most young couples, this ice dance team hasn't been together very long. And that's the challenge.
Most of the teams that we're competing against have been together a long time, and that's what you really want.
But they don't see this holding them back at the Canada Winter Games.
We get along really well, and yeah, I like skating with Lee, and it's really fun.
In a matter of months, 14-year-old Stairs and 16-year-old Royer have gone from complete strangers to dance partners to friends.
Well, I didn't talk really when we first started skating together, and now I talk a lot, and he can say that. But yeah, I didn't talk, and then I just kind of kept getting less shy.
The pair recently claimed a 4th place victory at the 2015 Skate Canada Championship. And they credit their coach for how far they've come in such little time.
Yeah, he's hard on us, but it's good, because that's sort of what I need. I'm a little bit lazy sometimes.
You know what I mean? Like I would, as soon as you finish that chalk dot, you guys should be curving here, stepping out.
Aaron Lowe knows what he's talking about. He's done this before, at the Olympics and at the Canada Games.
You have to be friends. Like you have to have common goals. You have to get along. You have to share the same hopes and dreams, really, or else one of you is gonna be disappointed. And they do that well. They both want to be winners. They both want to succeed, and they both hate losing. So, I mean, they share a lot of things in common that will make them a good team in the future.
Now, in the lead up to the games, the pressure is on.
Our free dance, what we were just doing, it's like a free dance. So you have your own spin and your own lifts and your own swizzle sequence. I mean, there's still technical aspects, but I mean, you get to pick your music and all that. So.
You wouldn't believe how hard this pair of skaters train. They're here Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., and then they head off to school. And as busy as they've been preparing to come to Prince George, they're excited to take in all the games have to offer.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun to see all the other sports and everything, and plus it's another chance for us to compete.
So for this brand new pair, skating well is a must. And a medal, that would be the icing on the cake. Victoria Levy, Canada Games TV, today.
A defining moment for me was when I finished my first internship and got lots of really great feedback from industry professionals.
I would have never imagined I'd be walking into the floors of TSN and thinking, I'm not a student anymore, I'm here to work.
I will be starting a job with an investigative news program in Toronto, and I'm really excited to see that grow into what will become, hopefully, my dream job.
BCIT Broadcast and Online Journalism, putting you to work.
We're here outside of the Canada Games Plaza on an absolutely beautiful day here in Prince George.
Yeah, we're really excited about how gorgeous the weather's been and about the show we have coming up for you guys.
Our very own reporter Corey Correa had a chance to cover the unofficial 20th sport of the games.
There's an unofficial sport?
There sure is, pin trading. Corey had the chance to talk to the pin wizard and also give you a few tips and tricks for those of you who are looking to collect as many pins as possible during the games.
And we have an exclusive interview coming up with Chad Brownlee, and if you're from Vancouver, you might know who that is.
That's right, former draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks, now he's a country singer.
He put on an amazing show on Sunday night at the Cold Snap Festival and really had the athletes pumped up.
But for those of you who are more interested in the sports rather than the music, make sure to check out figure skating at the Kwan rink.
It's been a really popular sport this week, so if you want to get out and catch those amazing athletes, you better be quick. To stay connected, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ViaSportBC, and be sure to use the hashtag CGTV today.
And catch Canada Games TV today, weeknights at 5 p.m. at the Canada Games Plaza or online at canadagamestv.ca.
Are you looking for a job? Well, our reporter, Zach Singer, discovers that Northern BC is the new region for job growth.
The Great White North, a vast open land full of beauty, friendly faces, and natural resources. And it's these resources that are making industries in the north so successful.
Well, we know that there's amazing opportunity in British Columbia right now, and certainly a major area of the province that will benefit is northern British Columbia. So one of our goals was to, as we see Prince George in the north on the national stage, was to talk about the assets we have. What are the things that can help support a student going to a university or a college? What are the kinds of jobs that they are interested in? How can we help support them in their choices?
Bond has started a program called the Blueprint Builder, designed to help people navigate their career paths. It's an initiative that may help young Canadian athletes like these plan for their futures after competitive sport.
Right now I'm taking a year off from sport, but I'm a full-time student at UBCO, which is the sister school of UNBC. And you know, one day I want to become a physiotherapist, so that's my plan B.
I'm pretty sure what I want to do when I get older, and I want to be a chartered accountant or go into medicine, and those are like my biggest career goals.
With the Canada Games in Prince George, Northern BC has been given a chance to step into the spotlight.
We wanted to make sure that when people from across the country came here, they got the full meal deal. More than geography, more than beauty, but also we're a great place to live, to work, and to learn, and to raise your families.
Prince George may be a small city, but it's a small city with big plans. Zach Singer for Canada Games TV Today. Interact with us online through Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and be sure to hashtag all your Canada Games posts with hashtag CGTV Today. Canada Games TV Today airs weekdays at 5 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. at canadagamestv.ca.
Goodbye, Canada. So this is it for today's show at Canada Games TV Today. I'm Philippe Baudry, and see you tomorrow at the same time.
Via Sport Productions is really a way for us to spread out the reach of amateur sport within BC and the world.
We have an opportunity to live stream, we can cover events, all ages and stages of life. For the first time, we can bring amateur sport to our community and to our province and to our country.
Via Sport is the organization tasked with making sure all the different moving parts in the sport system are aligned so as to deliver the best possible sport and fitness product for every citizen in every corner of the province.
Via Sport is about growing sport and physical activity throughout the province of British Columbia. At the end of the day, we want more people playing more sport for a longer time in more places.